each of them are getting worse. They sound like a love fest. They really do. And, you know, Charlie, we need more people your age in the stands.
There aren't that many.
Maybe not before the South End. But that's our problem when you look at it. You know, we need more. When I sat down this winter and watched a bunch of games, and I kept looking in the stands, I pretty much knew what was going on in the field. And I saw a lot of 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and that's when I sat back and said, you know, that's what we're missing. We don't have enough people that age. And if they are that age, we need to go out and see what's going on. So I've been visiting a lot of old age homes. And I walked into one, and there was a husband and wife in wheelchairs. And they've been married, Beth and Mark. They've been married for 65 years. And so I stopped, and when you walk in, they go, hello. And when you leave, they go, goodbye. And that was what they did. And I said, boy, is that what's going to come to stuff? But I do think this. I'll just tell you, Charlie, what's in store. But I do think this, is that we're talking about the teams all getting ready for the Big East, and we got to finish Conference USA first. And they're not going to be pretty about letting us leave either, as far as with officiate and everything else. And this is not for print. Well, you shouldn't be allowed in. Who the hell let her in? You shouldn't be allowed into these events, reporters, because one, you can't tell jokes, you can't do anything, and you're really not going to get any information. That's why the coaches were so nice. So there's certain things, print, not copy. But I think the big thing is this, is that we really got to upgrade, all right? And the teams will take care of themselves, but we really got to upgrade the families. I mean, we're not close. You know, we're talking about the BCS and what has to take place, but, and we travel pretty well. We really do. When you go to away games, we got a pretty good crowd following us in football, but you're going to have to double that. You really are. Again, we're heading up north in some areas there, and again, you know, we're going to play in 30-degree weather. That's not always great for the Florida kids. Right away, they want mittens on and heaters and all that stuff, and you know, we're not going to do that. But I think the big thing is, you know, I did bring my wife with me tonight. Manny, stand up. Everybody knows. Stand up, man, so I can see you. Was that had that dealership downtown there, and you know, South Orlando. Remember that commercial? That was Manny. Well, he retired, and he come up. He said, "Coach, you know, I want to work for you." I said, "Really?" I said, "Why would you want to do that?" He goes, "Well, I just want to be around football and see what goes on, this and that." I said, "Okay." I said, "What exactly do you want to do?" He says, "I just want to follow you around." Right away, I thought there was a problem. But, so he's special assistant to myself, and he's in the morning, every morning. We get together 6:30 for coffee, and there's a lineup out there, and he has the job of letting them come in one at a time instead of all of them yelling at one time, as far as the players are concerned. And he travels with me everywhere. He knows more about UCF than anybody. You name it, he can tell you the story, the game, and it's that. I met a guy tonight that actually played 5 full years. Played 5 years and stuff. And it wasn't in football, it was in basketball and stuff. You know, Diane doesn't even know the guy, but I do. And I'm not going to bring his name up because I think he's highly embarrassed about it. But I do think the guy was a good player and stuff. But let's talk about football. We just got done spring ball. And before I do that, I want to do this. Just ask questions. It's easier. This way, if I don't, because I'm not speaking for that long, because we had too many speakers tonight, and way too many for a spring tour. I'm going to talk to Mel Allen about that later when we get done. But what questions do you have I could help you with? Yes?
Coach, in the NFL and also in college, there seems to be a movement by some coaches to almost do away with kickoffs. And I know that's an area where UCF excels.
Well,
as
they
far as
changed the
returns.
rule.
Right.
The kickoff now is from the 35, so they expect all the balls to go into the end zone, and that's where most of the injuries are occurring, concussion, stuff like that, 40-yard sprint, so that's where guys are getting hurt. So we're putting it on a 35, but if it goes into the end zone and it's a touchback, now it comes out to the 25 instead of the 20. So there's debate. I don't like giving up 5 yards, so we cover pretty well, so I may try to put it inside the 5 and cover. But again, I just hope we get it in the end zone with the kicking game we've had. So, but I think that's something debatable what we want to look at. Yes, sir.
I understand you have a kicker on the team now that's it's going to be pretty good this season. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Who is it?
I've actually been asked not to divulge that information at this time.
Parents here or something? Who's on a Moffat?
No, one of the other student athletes that is actually interning in my office is a good friend with a kicker
Gavin?
on your team.
Gavin?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Say it then. What the hell? He's from the other side. He's from over in Ireland.
Yes.
And stuff. He, you know, last year, you probably were at the game. We're beating someone that was a 40-something and nothing. I put him in the game. He's right from the other side, Irish brogue and everything else. And I said, hey, left to right squib. So he gets out there and hits the ball about 100 miles an hour. And hits the guy standing right in front, right off his chest. It bounces back and he recovers it. Everybody started booing because what the hell is the onside kicker? He's up 40-0. And I said, I didn't onside kick. So he comes to the sideline and said, what the heck are you doing? He goes, the bloke was in my way. He didn't kick the rest of the day. But I tell you what, I like that kid. I mean, you know what confidence he has when I kept sending Coutoy out last year. I like Coutoy, engineer, good, great kid. And he tapped me on the shoulder. He said, Coach, he's going to choke. You know, and half the time he was right. He goes, I can make it. And I like that kind of attitude because, you know, we missed some kicks we should have had. Probably would have changed the outcome of some of the games. But great kid, got his degree. In fact, you know, we're happy, and, you know, he's a good kid. And, you know, I think the kicking game is much improved from the spring with Moffat, Gavin, Rodrigo. So we got a couple of guys to tee it up and see what we can get done. But, you know, Gavin's working for you?